Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to play Big Me by Foo Fighters. It's a song that is perfect for those that are just getting started out. It's just a lot of chords. It's a short song. Your hands won't get tired. And the lyrics basically repeat over and over again. So if you're into singing, this is going to be a perfect one for you. It's in standard tuning. And really, we're going to play a couple chords. We've got a C. We've got an A minor. A version of G, F, and then there's a C7 in there. Those are all the chords that are contained in this song, and it's a really, it's a good song to play, and most folks will know exactly what this is, or at least they've heard it before. So it sounds like this, just a little bit of the intro and then all the verses. All right, so let's get started into it. So the real kicker in this song is this high E string on the 3rd fret. So you're going to be playing your chords pretty much as normal. A C with the 3 on the A, the 2 on the D, open on the G, and then your B is at a 1. I'm not going to go over the positionings of all the chords, but just to get started, that's the C that you're starting with. And the only difference is you're going to play this, and when you do that upstroke, you can either mute that high E string when you go down on the C, or just kind of, you can let it ring. There's places to make mistakes, and that's okay. But when you do that upstroke, it's really important to get that. And that's going to be consistent throughout this whole song, is those upstrokes with that pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. It's not on the downstrokes, but it is on the upstrokes. So you can hear that high E in the C. And then we're shifting to an A minor, so your typical A minor shape, and we're doing the same thing. So kind of what I do and what my hand is comfortable doing for this song after playing it for so long is I just kind of have my pointer finger. It's just blocking that high E, and you can keep it there. Then just add your pinky in there, because once that pinky's blocking, it doesn't matter what you're doing to this string down here. It's going to sound like that. So that upstroke is on all of these chords. And then I think the official chords have this next one being a G, which, you would play like this or like that. But what we do is we take that C shape, and we're just moving our middle finger and our ring finger up 2 strings to the A and the E. But you're keeping that pointer finger right there on the 1st fret of the B string. And you're doing the same thing with that pinky. So every chord, except for the next one, is going to get that upstroke right there. So and then your next chord is the only one that's not getting that high E. It's just a standard F. That's all it is. So intro and verse go that way. And the lyrics are pretty much the same in every verse, so perfect song for starting out to sing. And then when you get into the chorus, where he says "Big Me" to talk about it, we hop down to just an E shape. We're just in a typical E shape. I strum the whole thing. So it's "Big Me to talk about it." Back to the F. It's really the same shape. You're just moving it up and then shortening the neck a little bit with a bar chord. That's all that is. And then you hop over to the C. And then the only one that I think a beginner would struggle with is the C7. So we're used to making the C shape, and now you got to precisely bring your pinky down to the G string and block it on the 3. So really, you're blocking it at going from the A down. We are at a 3, 2, 3, 1. Kind of gives that like sustained sound. And that's the first part of the chorus. And let that just ring for a little bit. And then we hop back to the same thing. So E to F. And then keep going on the F. And then we go back to the verse. And you'll notice that my strumming's a little bit different. You can play this song however you want. You can go by the book, or you can just make it, kind of like your own version, which I prefer the latter. So you can let that ring, or you can kind of... And then I kind of mute the strings here. Don't know why, it just kind of happens. And the way we're ending this is we're just hopping back to that G from the F. And then we go back to the intro and verse. And there's one more part within the verses going throughout the song. There's a, but it's you I fell into. And that changes up the chord progressions a little bit. So when we hop back into the intro and verses after the first chorus, we get into the things that we know and love, that we've practiced a bunch. And then he says, but it's you I fell into. And then back to the G to build it up. And what that is a C, G, F, C, C, G, F, C. And then you're back into the intro and verse. So it sounds like that. Again, not the best singer, just kind of showing you where the lyrics can go there. And that's the entire song. You play that through. The lyrics are kind of cool because it almost just plays with like past and present tense. So not lyrically too complicated. If you know the lyrics and you know the tune, you'll be able to play this one fairly easily. And that's Big Me from Foo Fighters. Quick, easy song, and a great song to learn if you're just getting started on the guitar. We'll see you next time. Thanks.